So guys, new clip, same subject is difference between sport fighting and street fighting, which means usual typical, like training for tournaments or just recreation, and in difference this to training for fighting outside of street in a life-threatening situation. So the most obvious difference is when you look at this is that you obviously can have, and you will probably have more than one opponent if you come in a situation like this. But this is not the subject of today. Today I want to talk about when you can get attacked and in what kind of position you find yourself. So usually when you look at sport fighting, tournaments fighting and traditional martial arts, you always take up a stance before you fight. So for example, you can take boxing or you can take MMA or whatever you want, even Taekwondo or Jiu-Jitsu or something. So before this fight starts, you see the guys taking up a stance, and both of them, and they start moving and checking each other, and until one attacks and the other one defends, or other way around. Doesn't really matter. So outside of this artificial situation, there's nothing like that. So usually when somebody comes to attack you because maybe he wants your money or just he's, well, who knows, crazy, he usually is not going to come to you, like, I'm the bad guy, he's the good guy, and he comes in like this. Okay, it's not going to happen. He's going to come, sneak you up, and he's going to hit you. Okay. However, maybe he's going to kick you like a football or something. Okay, so these are the things you have to think about when you want to train for street fighting. If you don't want to train for street fighting, doesn't really matter. So the subject is not for you, but you have to differ between these two kind of situations. I'm going to put the link to my previous video where I analyzed this situation where two professional MMA guys were attacked in I think it was Brazil at a gas station, and they got really badly beaten up by guys who probably never did any martial arts. So it was 2 against 4 people, I think. So 2 professional MMA fighters against 4 non-martial artists, and they, well, it wasn't really nice. So you can watch the video afterwards if you want. So the thing is, you have to prepare to everything. Okay. So the main obvious, the most important thing is to keep the distance at the beginning. Okay. So if there's a kind of tension and the situation can escalate any moment, so you have to keep your distance, which I explain in one of or more previous videos of mine. So if you stand like this, if you just lift his hand, heb mal die Hand hoch. So he's out of reach. Okay, so he can't touch me, even if he lifts his hand, his leg. Okay, just he can't reach me. I'm too far away. Okay, so in order to punch me, to attack me, he would have to step forward. Okay, so and this is your sign where you have, okay, this guy is going after me. Okay, if he comes to me, I can step back and then give him a chance. If he follows, you can attack him then into his forward movement. You don't wait him to punch, like physically. You just have to do like this, and you go back. And if I follow you, this is a threat. Okay, so this would be actually the moment where we would immediately attack. So, but this is, like standing. You're not always standing. Okay, so you have to learn to defend yourself from different positions, which we train all the time. Like sometimes you can be just waiting for a bus. You can be like here. You lean back on the wall, and or guess what? You can also sit down. Okay, so could be also bus station or wherever. You can just sit, wait. Usually, most people would now look at a mobile phone. Earlier was a newspaper or some other paper. Okay, so you have to learn to defend from this situation position, and you have also learned to defend from sitting on the ground. Maybe you're here, you're binding your shoes, or you're just sitting here on the ground. Okay, so these are all the positions you have to learn to defend yourself from when somebody is coming. Okay, so the most obvious is when you're standing. When you're sitting, what to do when a guy is coming at you, okay? Maybe he's swinging, maybe he's kicking, but the idea is always the same. So if he's closing the gap, he's coming closer. This is usually a sign of an attack. So nobody who you don't know is not your friend. You don't know the guy. Okay, you see him for the first time, and he's coming from far back, and he's coming right at you, and you look at him, and he's coming at you. Okay, well, this is a threat, and now he's reaching a certain distance. Okay, so here and here. So now it's ready. From here, he would just have to swing, and he would catch me. Okay. So if I would react now, it would be probably too late. Okay, just in this particular situation, if he comes from back and he's coming, and you see the threat, you can go here and react before he's close enough, or if you could also go for example, if it's not too big, okay, you could go also to the eyes and stand up immediately. So you're not just go here, come to me, and you punch the guy, and you stay sit. Okay, so you would go normal. You go, maybe you saw, or you're like here. You would go and you go out from here. From here you could continue if you have to. Okay, so you would have to to learn how to defend from here. Maybe you sit like here, everything try out, and then different angles. He could come from here. And he comes and he steps in, and you're like here. You come and you're right, and you kick him into balls, so you can follow up. Okay, and even he has double protector. He has a small protector and big protector on the outside. He can feel the kick. Okay, and if the guy sometimes you can sit, and the guy comes and wants to punch you, and usually if he wants to punch you, he steps in, because people don't punch with two straight legs, so he has to steps in, and you can use this to go to here, and then you can go here to the eyes. Okay, so these are the things you can learn, and you should learn if you want to learn how to fight under real conditions, not under artificial conditions like a tournament or sports fight, where you know your opponent, you know exactly what he's capable of, what martial art he does, and that he doesn't have any knife, nothing. Okay, so you have to consider all this. Sometimes you can even, what can happen outside is maybe, you know, like usually you're sitting against the wall somewhere, but you can also practice. Somebody grabs you here, you go here, and grab his, and you go here to the eyes, and go here to the eyes. Okay, and to do as fast as you can. As immediately, as soon as he grabs you, you go back. Okay, these are the things that Bruce considered and practiced and taught as well. Okay, because it's not everything, you know, like vanilla cake. You have to consider that people are sneaky. They don't tell you when they're going to attack you. That's how those two guys got their beaten up. Even they were professional, but they were never prepared for a situation like this. Even it was actually their fault that there was a fight, but aside of that, okay. So usually no stance, no taking up a stance before the fight. Okay, when you start the fight, okay, then you have your structure, you have stance, but not before. Okay, so that's really important difference. And also some people refer to street fight when you see two guys jumping around and fighting each other, and they are surrounded by crowd, and they are fighting for whatever reason, okay? But they usually they know each other. So this is not a typical street fight. This is like tournament fight, but outside of the ring. They just want to prove their ego or something. What I'm talking about is when you get attacked because maybe someone wants to kill you, to rob you, or it's a gang, or usually there are going to be more people, because one guy alone doesn't look for fight. It's usually when there are more people, a group of guys, and maybe they're drunk, maybe they drink a bit too much at the evening, and they just want to beat the guy up. And so also when you're outside and you're waiting for a drive, or you're just walking somewhere, be aware always of your surroundings. Okay, so don't be blind to the back. Okay, so always look from time to time behind you. Okay, when you walk, when you go, especially girls. The sister of my wife had pretty bad experience. There's a guy just pulled her hair, and he dragged her by her hair on the street. Okay, so he came from back. She never saw him. So just be always aware that things like this can happen. It's not very probable. It depends on where you live, but okay. So, okay, this was like one or the next idea how sport fighting is different from a realistic environment outside. Okay, so I hope you liked it, and guys, see you next time.